call to order this meeting of the IT Committee, September 16th. It's the middle of September already. Roll call of the committee members, Mr. Hassinger,
I'm here.
Mr. Clark,
Here.
Mr. Carroll,
Bob's here.
and Mr. Remillard. Not here, or at least not yet. Mr. Robbins is present. And we have with us our special guest, William Blake, Assistant Town Administrator.
Good evening.
Hi.
So as you can probably tell, I had minor day surgery today and I have a
Oh.
dressing on my nose, so I just assume go off camera.
I think we can live with that. Hope everything goes well for you, Bob.
Same here.
Yep. Okay. So our first agenda item, as always, is public input. We do not have any attendees on Zoom. If any of us present have anything that counts as public input, now would be the time. And hearing none. Next agenda item, we're a bit overdue for committee reorganization. That is to designate a person to be chair, vice chair, and perhaps optionally clerk to take minutes. I've been doing the minutes and I can continue doing that. All right.
I move to nominate Dave Robbins for chair.
I'll second.
Okay, let me just note that Lucas Remillard is at least in the process of joining here.
Oh,
Lucas, can you hear us? All right, well, there is a motion on the floor to designate me as chair for the next year. Any other volunteers or nominations for chair? Hearing none, I guess I'll put that to a vote. Mr. Hassinger,
aye.
Mr. Carroll,
Aye. Carol's aye.
Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Mr. Remillard. Lucas has
Got
his
his
hand
hand
up.
up.
Maybe
I don't know
the
what
maybe the hand up was to signal a vote in favor. We're not hearing
Well,
any.
we ought to have, we have to establish
Yes.
communication both ways.
Yes.
What the heck is going on?
Oh, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yay, there we go. Now it's finally
Yeah, there
working.
we go. Much better. Now we can officially say that Lucas has joined the meeting. Okay, let's see. Where were we? We're voting on chair.
You're looking for a vote from him.
Yeah, Lucas. We're voting on the motion to make me continue as chair. Lucas, do you have a vote?
Aye.
And I guess I'll vote aye for that. All right. Let me make a note of that so I don't forget. All right, so who gets to be vice chair?
I mean, I'll do it. Nominate myself. Or do I have to be nominated?
I nominate Amar.
All right. Thank you.
Is there a second?
I second the
Second.
motion.
All right, moved and seconded that Amar serve as vice chair. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Mr. Hassinger,
Aye.
Mr. Carroll,
Aye.
Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Mr. Remillard,
Aye.
and Mr. Robbins votes aye. Okay, let's see.
update.
Okay, does anybody want to serve as clerk? I think that's kind of optional. If no one, if no one wants,
Especially,
go ahead.
especially as good as you are, Dave.
All righty, so that will suffice. The next agenda item then would be our update from the town administrator, as relayed to us by the assistant town administrator in this case. I know William has at least one topic to update us on.
Yep. So thank you, Dave. I sent an email around earlier. We finished our RFP process for managed IT services for the town in the middle of August. We began doing our due diligence and reviewing the proposals that we received. As I mentioned in the email, unfortunately, our current IT vendor was late submitting their proposal and under the law had to be disqualified. That led us to Entree Technologies. They were the most advantageous bidder based on what they submitted, and I sent the technical proposal around, and we're also comparable in price based on the price proposal that I sent as well. We've had one kickoff meeting with Entree. Very nice people, very good company, a lot of municipal experience from what we can divine. We've put them in contact with CMD to start the changeover process, so they're working on that in the background. And the official changeover date is October 1st. And sometime thereafter, we plan to set up a meeting between them and this committee so that everybody's on the same page. But that is sort of the nuts and bolts of it. Happy to discuss that further if there's any questions.
Any questions, comments? Anybody on this? Bob, I was going to ask if anybody on this team is familiar with Entree. Bob Carroll's got his hand up.
No, I'm just curious, who are the other bidders?
The other bidders were OSS Inc. out of Maryland, Consultad out of New York, Xerox IT Services out of Illinois, and Integra out of Milford, Mass.
And were any of the others, were they close?
In some areas across the board, though, not really. The closest one was Consultad, but there were some difficulties there around providing the on-site support that we asked for.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah, two things. Our current vendor couldn't, had some problem. They wanted to bid and they failed to, or did they just not end up bidding?
They wanted to bid. Unfortunately, the person delivering the bid got caught in pike traffic and was
Oh.
about 35 minutes late.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
And
Oh.
unfortunately, under 30B, there's no
Yeah.
wiggle room when it comes to time.
oh. That sounds like when you're going for NIH grants, people, zip down in the last 20 minutes to Washington to deliver the grant. My wife worked in research that was funded for forever. And then the other one is, where is this company based, and where is their closest site?
They are based out of Westfield, Massachusetts, so they're only about 10 minutes further away than CMD was.
Okay, so we should be able to see them when we need them.
Yep. So they'll still be in 2 days a week, 15 hours for the next 9 months. We wrote that into the RFP, which brings us to the start of the next fiscal year, at which point there's plans to create that IT director position we talked about, I think, 2 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that CMD wasn't able to get their bid in on time, and in 2020 hindsight, of course, you could say that, gee, I wish we'd allowed for more delays and not tried to get in there at the very last minute. But that's, as you
Yep.
say, well, there's not, the deadline is a hard deadline for better or for worse. But I think I'm pleased that we have another a local company here that's been doing business in the Commonwealth with cities and towns for, I think, I got the impression from their proposal there that they've been around for at least 25 years, maybe more.
Thought I saw 40.
Yeah,
Yeah.
40.
Yep, and if I could just piggyback off of that, Dave, we did call their references. We spoke to Adams, Westfield, and East Longmeadow. Called others and unfortunately weren't able to get into contact with those communities, but those three had nothing but positive things to say about their experiences. And I ended the reference check with, would you hire them again? And all of them said yes, without hesitation.
Are any of them as far away from the company as we are?
Geographically, I don't know. I think Adams might be comparable, just heading west, but I do not know.
Adams.
Was Marlboro on their list?
Yeah, I saw Marlboro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Templeton.
So we
It
would
was
be,
all over the state.
Yep.
yeah. Well,
And it's I think I saw it was a 4-hour SLA to get somebody on site if needed.
Yes, in addition to the hours they will already spend on site.
well,
So while it's unfortunate and we're sad to see CMD go, I think that this is sort of the best way a bad situation could end.
yeah. Yeah, from at least everything I've seen and heard, we were very satisfied with CMD, and sounds like we can expect to be equally satisfied with Entree.
Yep, and I cannot say enough good things about CMD. They've been very professional and helpful through this changeover process. So I think the next couple of weeks will be smooth sailing.
Sounds good. Any other questions or comments about the IT services?
I did, and it wasn't clear to me whether the new municipal Wi-Fi gear was included under this quote or if that's separate. Any ideas, William?
The new equipment in the park,
Yes.
off top of mind, I want to say yes. We provided them with an asset inventory to build their
Okay.
quote off of, and I believe that was on there, but I can double check and I can follow up.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? Anything else, William, you have to pass on to us from either yourself or Evan? Anything else? Anything else happening in the IT world in town
No,
that
sir.
we need to know about?
Nope, this is the big stuff at the moment.
Yep. And other than that, things have been running pretty smoothly.
Yes.
Okay.
Any considerations for adopting AI?
None
Do
that have
what?
been discussed at this time.
To do what?
Well, we use it exclusively for minutes, procedures, policy, all of those things. It's a godsend for meeting minutes.
Yeah, I use it for meeting minutes as well for work.
Agreed.
And to that point, I do remember we discussed doing a AI use policy, I think 2 meetings back. There's been no movement on that at this time. But that is still on the list of things to do.
Okay.
So
I think I think you have to have AI because everyone else does, not because it doesn't.
a lot depends on how you use AI. Use it for things that it's actually good at, or
You
you
just narrow down the.
And of course, that's somewhat of a value judgment too, depending how you look at it, but don't want to get too far off track here, but I'm frequently amused
Sure.
by reading how lawyers are using AI to write briefs that turn out to be full of fictitious citations.
Yeah,
That sort of thing, I don't think we would particularly want to get into. Things where AI's amazing ability to hallucinate really gets into it. If we can avoid that. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to get too far off the topic on that. The next agenda item we have is an update on the public Wi-Fi project. I shared with all of you the the answers that Fiona provided to the questions that we raised at our previous meeting. At this point, that's like I said, she's answered the questions that we had. Based on that, do we have any follow-up questions?
it's, I could go out and find it if I wanted to try it. At this point, it would be there.
That's the impression I got. I haven't gone out and tried to find it.
And it hasn't been announced as available. True. There was something about getting signs made, I guess, to put out.
It is up and running and it has been publicized on the town website. I don't know about physical signs, but the information is out there.
Yeah. I don't just go scrolling around the town website hoping there's something new that I want to know about. That's a pull. You need a push. People, there ought to be happy comments from citizens. Oh, good, a new thing. If you put it out there in general circulation on the public media.
So
Yeah, I'm
sounds like-
looking at the website and I don't even see it. I'm gonna have to look for it.
sounds like it would be fair to say that the committee would recommend that more be done to publicize it more widely, that it be more widely publicized.
Yes.
So moved.
Yeah.
We'll take that as a consensus that is the committee's recommendation. Don't need to formalize it, I don't suppose. Okay. Anything else on the public Wi-Fi?
Has anyone tried? Has anybody tried it? Will, have you tried it?
I have not. I know Fiona has. I have not.
I think I remember thinking to myself, maybe the last time we talked about it, I should take myself up to the common and just see what, assuming it's there, see how easy it seems to me to be to get into it and use it, but I imagine it should be pretty easy. But I haven't actually taken the time to do that. I really should.
I'll be interested if it's whether it works over at the whatever it is, the ice cream place in Town
yeah.
Hall, because I can see people sitting. Oh, I don't know. They may already have something, but I could see people sitting there having coffee and ice cream and using the Wi-Fi. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I found it on the website too.
Yeah, where What did you have to do to find it?
I just went to the search box and I typed Wi-Fi and
Oh.
it came up pretty
Oh.
quick there.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
So you had to guess.
I had to
that there
look
was
for it.
something to find. You had to guess that after all these years with nothing out there, that you ought to go look.
Yep, I just,
You-
on my screen, it's showing up on the, under the latest news and updates when I go to the home page.
Oh, really?
Yep,
Yeah,
it's there.
There's 4 announcements. The going from left to right, it's the rightmost announcement, but those things do change. There's not a lot of, it's
Yeah.
basically
Oh, I see it now. Yeah.
the latest announcements.
If I just happen to stumble onto it, well, I don't go to the home page. I have links to the meeting materials and the agenda center that I use. People don't wander around looking for trouble, looking for, anyway, I think we made the.
Yeah, under that latest news, you have to scroll to the next set of tiles.
Yeah, it depends on how much screen space on your particular screen the page is occupying.
Watch the fold. Watch below the fold.
Everything's
Very
different.
important.
Yeah, and it just reinforces the point here that I think we're in violent agreement that while if you work a little bit, you may have to work a little bit, you can find it. If you seek it, if you go looking for it, you'll find it. But there's a point to be made that it could be made more visible. I mean, this is again sort of launching into a topic we discussed at some length in our master plan working group, that there seem to be a lot of opportunities for improving communication between the town and the citizens. It seems like everybody sort of learns things and gets their news in a different way, and well, we're not going to solve that problem here, but suffice it to say that there's a lot of opportunity to do more here, both in the narrow sense of this Wi-Fi service and in the broader sense of keeping our citizenry better informed.
Yeah. Something might be said at the selectmen's meeting when there are different things being mentioned.
Yep.
Select persons.
So, since we're kind of picking at this Wi-Fi thing,
Still up.
who's the custodian for that? I mean, who's the administrator and, who's gonna be in charge of it?
In what capacity? Just making sure everything stays up and running and functions
Yeah, well,
properly?
that, and then it would be interesting to see, the usage, right? Statistics, and then, monitoring if it's up or not up, right? All that sort of stuff, right? It comes with a cost, overhead.
Mhm.
So who, is that the new IT vendor?
Yeah, that would probably live in the town administrator's office, like all of the other technology. So it would be our office in consultation with the vendor.
Right. Well, once this new vendor gets onboarded and kind of gets settled in, it probably would be a good idea to see some analytics, right? Who's using it, where they're using it, how long they're using it.
Yeah, I think we'd be interested in knowing a little bit about that.
Well,
I've-
yeah, that's kind of
I've-
where it's going. They should report out to the IT committee.
Okay.
See who's watching Hulu, right? and worse.
Are we
That would be another
blocking?
thing. See what sites are being blocked, if any.
Yeah, well, are we blocking anything?
On the park's Wi-Fi, yes. So it's the same block list for like the municipal Wi-Fi.
I guess I'll have to test that and see.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll I guess probably revisit that.
Yep, I think if nothing else, we should, after some period of time when the public has had opportunities to use this, it'll be interesting to see how much use it gets and what we can measure about how it's used. I think I remember Fiona saying something to the effect of the sort of viewing it as a trial period, something. There was a term that was used, and I don't remember what it was, but anyway, it's up and running. Hopefully it will see increased usage as more people will become aware of it and take the opportunity. Anything else on that topic? Next topic on the agenda is IT policy, which we've been sort of looking at for quite some time, and I think the last thing we kind of concretely talked about was to review the current IT policy and discuss what we thought might be worth changing on that. I haven't, I didn't really prepare anything for this meeting on that topic. I don't know how much, yeah, any thoughts about where we should go or what we should plan on, either anything you want to talk about tonight or some more specific thoughts about doing something at our next meeting?
Yeah, did we have specific policies that we were gonna look at yet, or were we still kind of in the planning phase for that? Does anybody know?
So we had a bunch that we uploaded to the OneDrive. A bunch of sample ones. I forget the municipality. I had a bunch from North Carolina, I think, or somewhere. So we have, a bunch of reference ones.
Mhm.
But last time we met, memory serves, the school has a strategy document, right? And I downloaded that, and it talks about staffing and goals, objectives, all that kind of stuff, right? And that you would see in a strategy document that one would potentially use AI to write. And that would be the natural starting place. And, it probably makes sense when this new IT vendor gets on board and kind of gets their feet wet, right? To broach this all with them. And I don't know if we have, consulting services with them, advisory services, how, they would work with us on that or not, but, that would be the place to start. To put together that overall strategy and plan, and then, we run off and execute. So we've got, bits and pieces. We've got the school plan, which kind of has a good straw man. We could use that. Just change, a lot of the school language and what they're doing to municipal, right? And then go from there.
Okay.
That would be my suggestion.
Sounds reasonable off the top of my head. Yeah, with a new IT services vendor coming in, I know we've had discussions in the past about the extent to which our IT services vendor is or should be involved in making the IT policies. for the town. But to the extent that, certainly to the extent that they can contribute to that discussion, bring their expertise, I think that it would probably be valuable.
Yeah, we should absolutely loop them in, right? And see where they come down on that. I guess since William's still here, is there anything broken? Is there anything outstanding? Is there anything, that needs or could potentially need to be addressed from this new vendor? I mean, sounds like CMD had stuff, in pretty good shape and everything. There's nothing really outstanding, right?
Yeah, there was nothing Grafton specific that is
Okay.
broken or that is in immediate need of replacement. There's a couple of things that were end of life that CMD was planning to replace, but again, that was captured in the asset inventory, and
Yeah. And that's,
Entree will now just take that over.
kind of what I would just call like BAU kind of stuff, right? Normal and customary, it just happens. So, okay, so that's good. Yeah, so I wouldn't want to, prejudice them in any way, see what they come in with. They're fresh, they're new, right? See what they bring. And, let's all like listen to what they have to say, and maybe they, bring some good ideas and, some recommendations, I don't know, sometimes when these companies come in, they want to do their own assessment, right? And they have assessment instruments, they'll do, their network stuff, and they'll look at all the assets and the inventory, and then probably, some questionnaires kind of thing, right? I mean, that's how I would do it. And then, from there, they should own it and put together a plan. So is that, William, will you be managing these guys? Is that your role?
Evan will probably be managing them more, but it will definitely be this office. But
Right,
based on our initial kickoff meeting with them, what you just talked about is in their plan to put I think their management software on the town machines, figure out what's
right,
going on, figure out how many terminals they're dealing with, and building their understanding of our inventory.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll go out and sniff the network and find everything. Okay, yeah,
All right, so for us right now going forward, do we think we should sort of defer further discussion of IT policy details until our new vendor gets a chance to get on board, and we can sort of resume the discussion with them involved? Or do we want to try to take and review all the materials we've had, and maybe come prepared at our next meeting to sort of have something at least roughly a little bit more put together, taking what we have, and trying to produce a bit better of an outline, at least, of where we think we might want to go with it. I don't know, what's everybody's sense on that? Best for us to kind of defer much further consideration until our new vendor has a chance to get on board and help us with that.
well, seeing
Maybe,
as how the ones that we had that we uploaded probably been there a year and a half, maybe longer, and there's been no action. I would make the recommendation, let's, see what this new vendor brings and where they want to start, and kind of give them a grace period, right? To
Yeah.
do their thing.
And we may find
I-
that there's some elements of that maybe turns out to be outside their scope, but I wouldn't make any presumptions about that right now.
how far away would we think them meeting with us is?
Ideally, October or November. Hopefully not too
Okay.
long after they come on board.
Okay, because I think maybe what we want is conversation between us and them, and maybe you, about this subject. I think that might lay a foundation to help us find our way,
Mhm.
because they may have different priorities or the ideas or experience, and probably this isn't quite the best time to jump in on our own and then have them come along next month and when we do something else.
Yep, that sounds like it would be probably the most comfortable for us is to, and if they're starting October 1st, probably, we typically try to meet early in the month, but it's been really kind of spotty lately. But so I'm thinking maybe after a few weeks, so early November, first or second week of November might turn out to be a good time to meet with them. So unless anybody has any different ideas, it sounds like we're pretty much all thinking the same thing, that let's sort of hold on to our thoughts and see if we can't really get something moving when we have a chance to get our new vendor involved, and we can take advantage of their experience and knowledge and what they've learned about the town's IT to help us set some directions. Anybody have any different ideas? So I'll go with
No.
that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree as well.
Okay. Then the next item on our agenda is to review and approve previous meeting minutes, of which I think I've got 3: April, May, and July that I sent out to everybody.
I don't,
I vote we
Sure, I
accept
think-
the minutes as drafted.
Seconded.
All righty, moved and seconded that we approve the minutes as drafted. Any discussion of the motion? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Mr. Carroll,
Carol's aye.
Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Mr. Hassinger,
aye.
Mr. Remillard,
Aye.
and Mr. Robbins votes aye. Motion carried unanimously. We're about at the end of the agenda. We always have a possible executive session on the agenda, but I know of no topics that need to be discussed under executive session. So we will move right to, and before
I
I
move we adjourn.
before I recognize the motion to adjourn, I would like to take a moment to think about our future meeting schedules. We had been for a number of years meeting the first Wednesday of the month. That's proven to be problematic for William. I'm assuming that's still true going forward, William.
For me personally, yes, that is correct.
And while we don't necessarily need William at every meeting, certainly we want to make it available, give him the opportunity to participate as much as possible. We were sort of trying to do second Wednesdays, but does anybody have a sort of a regular conflict with Wednesdays in general, second Wednesdays in particular?
No.
Nope.
I think I'm okay. My third Wednesday, well, even that's not really a problem.
No, second Wednesday might actually be better as beginning of the month typically is busy time.
All right, so
Yeah. The second Wednesday in October falls on the 8th, though, just as a note.
You know,
yes,
Which works for me. I was just bringing that up as a.
yep. Yeah, so for the time being, at least, until we see a need to do things differently, we will plan on our meeting schedule being the second Wednesday of pretty much every month. I say pretty much because there, once in a while it may be that we have nothing useful to meet about, but in fact, let's see, the second Wednesday, well, okay, the second Wednesday of October is 3 weeks away, so it's probably okay. All righty, I just wanted to kind of make sure that we all are okay with a slightly modified regular meeting schedule. At which point now I'm ready to recognize Bob Hassinger's motion to adjourn.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded that this meeting be adjourned.
That's not debatable, is it?
That's not debatable. Mr. Carroll,
Carol's aye.
Mr. Clark,
Aye.
Mr. Hassinger,
Hi.
Mr. Remillard,
Aye.
and Mr. Evans votes aye. Motion carried unanimously. We are adjourned. Thank you for your time, and we will meet again next month.